Alan Wake.
Yeah.
I'll bet you.
But yeah, that's an. Sorry, that just reminded me of an anti-Donna skit. There was a skit where it was basically a competition between the worst noughts and crosses player ever, and the entire time they both were just constantly going top right.
A second, I'm going to get up the chat on my end so I can read as well. Yep. Here we are. Perfect.
Sorry, Funky Frog B. I have autism to watch.
That's an amazing sentence to say out loud.
Yeah, we've done that one.
Oh shit, we have. Hey, Reese.
What up, Reese? You caught Calvin making mistakes already. She's only been going for 30 seconds.
To be fair, it's been a week since we did this.
Yeah, it's only been a week though.
One of the things I've often wondered is, why does all pet food smell terrible?
It's to allure the pets. Dogs like bad smells. Honestly, I'm not surprised. I thought it would take longer.
I didn't make mistakes on the Monster Hunter Wild stream I did the other day while Ren was ill.
In all fairness, when we were playing Rise, Reese was saying we were surprisingly good for beginners. I remember.
Yeah, but I think that's because Rise has...
You had to press circle, remember?
Yeah, I remember. I think that's because Rise has... What the f... I swear... Must have been...
You had to double jump.
Captain Depth Perception is not my name. We haven't done this one, though. Oh, fuck it.
The mistake was even online co-op open since we got that random who did nothing except make the quest more difficult. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Yeah. He was a dick. It's like the whole thing about using.
This looks like a good place to try out your new invisibility move.
Sounds like some of the matches in Dead by Daylight.
While invisible, nothing can see you. Not lasers, not searchlights.
I should play Dead by Daylight again at some point. I haven't played that in a while. My friends just haven't been interested in it.
Do you know what? I would join in just on the basis of I bet you that game's much better when you play with your friends because
it really is. I played it on my own. It is not nearly as fun as if you're playing with friends, especially if like you're in a group where one of them is the killer. It has a bunch of crossovers. I know.
Yeah.
I know. I play as Alan Wake in it. It's sick.
Didn't they? Scream was one, wasn't it?
Scream. They did one with Scream, one with Tomb Raider. Castlevania's been one.
Halloween.
Dungeons and Dragons. Resident Evil.
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill. Yeah.
Halloween. I saw that one. Michael Myers. Freddy Krueger. You can get.
Chucky's one, funnily enough.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah, honest to God, yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre's one. Honest to God, it is a ton of fun. It is like you get together with the right group. It can be a lot of fun.
I do have a problem with the game though.
What's that?
It controls like shit.
Yeah, it's not the most stable.
Put it this way.
It's a thing. It's incredibly flawed, but I love it. But it's still a lot of fun.
Do you know, a game that I really liked that came out, which unfortunately didn't get much DLC because it cost...
Yeah, pretty much any horror franchise represented. Like, I can imagine a number of other ones that haven't come in yet.
Obviously not Friday the 13th because they had their own thing going on. Fuck's sake!
Well, yeah, Friday the 13th had their own thing.
Which, I'll be honest, I thought that game was better. Although even though I got into a fight of Americans on it.
Not sure what one I would want. Think about it. Probably I say Fatal Frame.
Fatal Frame would be cool,
but you would only really get that for the survivors. There wouldn't really be that many killer options. Because there aren't any like iconic antagonists from Fatal Frame. Royalty-free Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, Blood and Honey. Oh my God, add that in.
Technically, you'd have to pay for the license for that one because.
Yeah, well, they always do.
No, I'm saying, like, even though Winnie the Pooh's in public domain, the Blood and Honey thing probably has been trademarked.
I imagine it has. Yeah, I would probably say that will be, like, a costume rather than, like, a full character.
I haven't watched the new entry in the Poohniverse with,
I haven't watched any of them.
I've watched the first two Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honeys. I haven't watched the Peter Pan
Yeah,
one.
it's Elliot. Yeah, Blood and Honey. Yeah.
I haven't watched the Peter Pan one that just came out, but I am gonna try and see it, and I'm gonna check out the Bambi one that's coming out.
I thought you said you hated the first two Winnie the Poohs and you weren't gonna see the rest.
Do you know what? I'm this far in now. I might as well. Also, the second one, vast improvement.
Oh really? I thought like the second. I thought the second film would be worse.
No, way better.
Oh wow. Is the Popeye one out yet? I don't think it is. No, I don't think we.
No, it's not.
I don't think we even have a trailer for it, do we?
No, we've just seen screenshots of it, and also it's not in the Pooniverse.
Yeah.
Or what they're calling the technically it's not its name. It's called the Twisted Childhood.
Yeah. Which I mean, Pooniverse does come better off the tongue, but Twisted Childhood is definitely a better name.
I think one of the funny things is I actually think Bambi makes the most amount of sense out of all of them, because in terms of motivation, like, he's got the motivation for going nuts on humanity.
I kind of like the idea of the Peter Pan one, Peter Pan is a very kind of a creepy concept. This kid who wants to live forever takes it to this fantasy land.
We call that Michael Jackson.
Except this time Bambi gets the gun. Oh, good God, imagine that Bambi with a gun, that would be hilarious. But yeah,
I can imagine that crossover is going to happen when they do the crossover movie.
Yeah.
Because that is the plan. Apparently it's going to be end of this year, beginning of next year, we'll have the first of the crossover movies.
Huh. Yeah, I kind of want to... I'm going to be honest, I kind of want to binge them all. Like, I don't want to watch them one at a time. I want to, like, get together with friends and, like, have a few drinks and just binge them all and sort of riff on them.
Yeah, first, that's the problem about the first one. That's an even bigger problem that they did in that Mickey Mouse horror one that came out, which is the first one. There's not really much to riff on. Like, if you didn't have the whole. I'm pretty sure, like, I saw Blood and Honey was on Amazon Prime or something. Yeah, Blood and Honey is on. Last I checked, Blood and Honey was still on Amazon Prime.
1 sec, I'll get the app. Do you have the Just Watch app?
No, I don't actually.
If you're looking for films or TV shows, this would like just tell you what streaming services are on.
Do you know what, Elliot? Today is the day I came the closest. Today and yesterday is the closest I came to joining you.
Yeah, it is on. You can rent it on Amazon, Apple TV, and YouTube. Oh, and the Sky Store. Funny enough.
Today is the closest I came to deleting my Twitter account.
Oh, damn.
Just because of the Assassin's Creed Shadows and Snow White discourse has been so depressing that it's just driven me off the app.
What I've heard with Assassin's Creed is that it's not historically accurate. Which, I mean, in all fairness, it's Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I was about to say, when is Assassin's Creed ever that historically accurate?
Like, you're not to expect Ghost of Tsushima levels of respect from them.
Well, it's funny because when the first few games were coming out, there really was Ghost of Tsushima levels of research that went into it. There's a very good video done by Overly Sarcastic Productions that actually where they got the actual historian member of the group to basically do a diatribe about the fact that I was doing so well then as well, about where they worked with, whenever they did have to do historical licensing, they actually used actual truths to work it into the narrative, or to work it into the environment. So, like, they said that they had to, like, one of the Venice ones is there's a bridge they had to put in. The bridge wasn't where the bridge doesn't look like it does now back at that time.
And Assassin's Creed was never accurate, as aliens gave monkeys intelligence to turn into slave work, with Adam and Eve being two of them. Yeah.
It's weird. I find it interesting. The longer we get away from the end of the Desmond arc, the further we're getting away from that fact. Yeah, but again, that's not been what discourse has really been around. Let's be honest.
Is it woman main character, woman bad?
No, it's gay people in game bad,
Oh.
and black samurai in game bad.
Have they not heard of? Have they not heard of Yasuke? I think it was.
Yeah, but they're now trying to claim that Yasuke has not much historical standing.
Plus, Ezio had a fistfight with the Pope in the Vatican. Yeah.
Now that one, there was a lot of very corrupt popes who got assassinated.
Yeah, but I don't think any of them had a fistfight with them.
No, that's where the historical licensing. That's what I mean by they did manage to work in historical licensing quite well in the older games, but as time's gone on, they've gotten lazier.
Yeah.
But this one has got very good scores on Metacritic.
Yeah, I have heard, surprisingly.
Which means I'm probably going to install it on my work PS5 at the office for the review because I'm running out of space on this one. And I also think it's a game I'm probably going to want to only play in like bite-sized portions.
Yeah, this is why Steam is good.
But the thing is, if I do that, I've got to then have you play on my PC, and
don't you need Uplay on your PS5 anyway to play them?
Oh god, that's the thing that bothers me about Ubisoft games, needing Uplay. No one want. It's I think Scott the Wall summed it up best in that video. It's like, damn, I want to. The people who signed to Uplay Plus, damn, I want to own Ubisoft games, but only Ubisoft games, and I don't want to pay for them.
Yeah.
It's like no one's that much into Ubisoft.
Yeah, I mean, my brother used to really like play a lot of them. Meanwhile, Valhalla didn't know. Meanwhile, in Valhalla, the Norse gods are real with players literally fighting Odin. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. I remember seeing Outside Xbox doing a video on boss fights you beat without throwing a punch, and I remember Odin being up there.
We'll come back to that in a minute because I want to know about this channel. But
wait, never heard of them?
No, I've never heard of Outside Xbox.
They're basically they at least were the UK's official Xbox YouTube channel. However, they now do videos on all games. Like they don't just do Xbox anymore. They regularly talk about Nintendo. It feels like in all their videos, it feels like they're contractually obligated to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2 in like every video. Those guys talk a lot about Red Dead 2.
I mean, it is a good game, but is it one of those, oh, for the love of God?
No, it's more. A little bit. In all fairness, though, a lot of the stuff in Red Dead 2 is related to the top 10 to the list they make. So basically, the Xbox equivalent of PlayStation Access.
Put it this way, you know how Josh Scorch they do a joke about him wrenching Kingdom Hearts all the time. Is it a bit like that? And he actually plays it. They play into the joke like Josh does with Kingdom Hearts.
Not really. Again, it's more just a case of a lot of the topics they talk about just have Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption 2 just has something in them.
And it's weird.
It's like Josh Scorcher, where it's like he really is contractually obligated to talk about Kingdom Hearts every chance he gets.
I don't
think I haven't watched Josh Scorcher in a while.
I watched his last video. I can't remember what it was on now though. It was something like top.
It was like games that saved franchises, something like that.
Oh yeah, no, franchise savers. Like Fire Emblem Awakenings was the most obvious one they could have picked on there. Like that. I remember he did put. If you wanted Devil May Cry games on there, I think it was 5. But I was gonna say, is that a franchise?
No, I'd say. I don't think the Devil May Cry series ever really needed saving. But if there was one that probably did save it, it was probably 3. Because we had 1, then we had 2, which was terrible.
Put it this way, everyone skips 2 when they're doing the collection.
Like when I did a complete playthrough of I just binged all the games a number of years ago. I beat the second half of Devil May Cry 1 and then all of Devil May Cry 2 on the same day. I'm not kidding, Devil May Cry 2 took less time. 2 was a low point, but I think it still sold so well. Yeah, I said I don't think Devil May Cry really had a series savior, but I'm saying if there was one, it would probably be Devil May Cry 3.
Here's the thing about Assassin's Creed Shadow. Well, funny thing is, some people point out that VGC 24/7 gave it a much higher score than Ghost of Tsushima, and I and a bunch of other people had to point out there were different reviewers who worked on them. It would be a bit like you take the different scores. It would be like comparing a score on.
You'd be like comparing a score I gave a game to compare a score Reese gave a game.
Yes, and saying that because it's got Axia's name on it, therefore it's the same review. What is it with me? What is wrong with me today?
It's like how different scores on a triple review. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not. It just because I think people forget just because it's got the name of the brand on there, it doesn't mean it's the same reviewer. So IGN has different reviewers on their brand. It's not just IGN. Or oh fuck! I'm rewinding for that.
You get 1.
Yeah, because that was the stupidest thing I've ever done, and I need to undo that. It's on camera forever, so it's not exactly undone, but.
Alright, here's a question for you. What is the weirdest sequel to a film, either conceptually or plot-wise, you've ever seen? Or the very least ever heard of?
Right, so I'm going back. The concept was weird.
Concept was weird. It can either be the concept was weird, or the film itself was weird, or anything. It's just a weird movie that was a sequel to a not so weird movie.
Well, the first one that came to my head when you said that was Wonder Woman 84.
Huh.
Because that goes some very weird directions where you think this must have a different team working on it, but no, it's everyone that worked on the first Wonder Woman came back for this one. So
one sec, Reese sent something in the chat before. I think people are used to singular YouTubers giving reviews, and the outlets also being done by one reviewer. Yeah, though at the same time, in like when you see reviews on like big brand sites, you only really see the brand. You don't really like focus on the individual reviewers.
Yeah, look,
like when IGN does a review, you think, oh, that's IGN. You don't think, oh, this is Richard Drakeson, or whoever it was. Favorite game is Balan Wonderworld for some reason.
Oh no, I'll give you so for example, and the prime example of this is the famous video from Boomstick Gaming. It wasn't Philip stole my review, what should I do? It's IGN plagiarised my review, what should I do?
Yeah.
And then later it obviously came out that it was Philip, but...
Yeah. That's because the dude... I think the dude kind of outed himself when he did the video, when he made the response video.
Oh, the famous "You can keep looking, otaku."
Yeah, otaku. I'm not... Or it might have been Jason Schreier who revealed it. Who exactly it was?
Yeah, no, Jason Schreier played a big part in it. Big
fart in it.
Part in it, yeah. No, well,
he farted all over the place when IGN did that. Oopsie.
Yeah, no, he made the. I do love the fact that video was "You can keep looking, Jason Schreier. You're not going to find anything." Yeah. It was like he found everything.
Yeah, I think it wasn't just him. A lot of people found stuff.
Yeah.
Don't doubt the internet sleuths.
Oh yeah.
Like Tomska made a rule on the internet called Tomska's Law, which is if you say anything about anyone online, they will find it oftentimes in 24 hours.
There's one of the reasons why there's a couple of creators who are very litigious, who I don't say anything about on this channel for that very reason.
Yeah.
Just because if they find out that I own a company, they might try to sue the company.
Well, don't say that on stream. Don't say you have a company. We don't have a company, guys. We do laundry for a living.
There's well, the thing is, again, you could say all you want. They just have to look me up on Company House, and they would find the information.
They will find the information that we do laundry for a living.
It was funny because I was having to bring that up.
And the stream is being taken down. Not necessarily unless if do you have white clothing that these days coming up, then comment down to Bingus and Bingus washing machines. We'll wash them. Can't guarantee the stains will be out, but you know what? They'll smell like the soap my nanny used.
I'll tell you right now, Elliot. We don't. One thing I've learned from Alan Wake: we don't have the beards for this advert.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Also, we're not Finnish, so that won't help.
By the way,
or Dutch rather. I don't know where they're from. I think it's Finland.
By the way, those adverts are the best thing in Alan Wake 2.
Yeah, why do you think I keep telling Brendan look for them?
Yes, exactly. I said, why the fuck are we not looking for?
They are hilarious, absolutely.
What?
But yeah. So any other weird movie sequels?
Oh,
you feel free to answer as well, Reese. I want to hear your answer.
Yeah, because I reckon Reese has got a couple that we're gonna go. What the hell was?
Because I'm going to say now, I think I have... I'm going to hear your answers first, but I think I have your beat.
Well, wasn't there one that was like... It was a sequel to VHS, but it didn't... To a found footage film, and then they just played a totally normal film. I think it wasn't VHS, it was a Spanish... Wreck. They did that sequel...
Wreck, yeah, they did a sequel to Wreck. Yeah.
And it wasn't found footage.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I remember that, Keanu, and I remember finding that weird, because it was kind of like one of those films where they just have to stay on the plane almost all the time.
I would have gone with the second Blair Witch movie then.
That's another example. Yeah, the Blair Witch 2.
Because that wasn't found footage, and I don't think it even had anything to do with the Blair Witch.
It did and it didn't. It does, but it's more about the fact of the film has happened in this universe, but it's also sort of real at the same time. It's very bizarre what they go with
Pacific Rim 2, as most of the stuff didn't return, and they turned it into a kids film.
I'm not
and took all the sticks out of it, but that's more so bad than weird. Yeah, that sounds more bad.
Yeah, I did see Pacific Rim 2. He's right. It is more bad than weird, and it's like. I think for weird, you got to say what were the decisions made in doing that. Like, I feel like if they wanted to do, like, the concept of Blair Witch 2, Book of Secrets, Blair Witch 2, was actually an interesting idea to begin with, which was the whole point of, well, let's do a sort of play on the viral marketing of
Space Jam 2. Maybe. I think that's more of a situation of that's not great as opposed to weird.
He also but it was a dumb idea to begin with to do a sequel to Blair Witch, Blair Witch, Space Jam.
Yeah, I think it was more weird for it to have been an advertisement for Warner Brothers more than anything else. For God's sake, they put Game of Thrones and Clockwork Orange in a fucking kids movie. Yeah,
the days of Robin Williams doing Jack Nicholson impression in Aladdin have been well outdone.
Yeah, it turned into a Fortnite version for Warner Bros. IPs. I mentioned Clockwork Orange.
I mean, the Rick and Morty cameo was really weird.
Yeah. Alright, I'm going to tell you my one, just because, as I said before, I've got you to beat. So, tell me, who remembers a kids film that released in 2006 called Arthur and the Invisibles?
Vaguely.
Basically, film, British kid gets sucked into a hole and meets a bunch of little people. And becomes a little person himself, temporarily.
Oh yeah, that was a really fucking bizarre movie to begin with.
Yeah, well, did you know it had sequels?
No, I didn't.
Really? Never heard of it? In all fairness, I saw it in cinema and I was like 9 when it came out. So you would have been 19. Reese would have been what? How old? 12? Yeah, 12, I think.
Yeah, no, he's 5 years younger than me, I believe. Yeah.
No, it's 3 years younger than you.
Yeah, he's
I was in year 8 or 9 high school at the time. Oh,
so about 13, 14.
Yeah, so again, I was 9, and so yeah, it ended up getting a bunch of sequels. Like, well, I say a bunch. It got 3 sequels. The first 2 were like just standard kids film sequel. I think they were straight to DVD or something like that. I'm not sure. The third sequel is incredibly weird because it's called Arthur Maledictum, and it's a horror movie.
Weird.
Do you want to know the weirdest thing?
Yeah.
It was directed by the same man who directed the original film and the 3 sequels, and he was also the man who wrote the books the series was based on.
Well, it's his idea then, but I mean...
Yeah, he did the fucking kids film thing, the kids film become horror thing, before anyone else did, with his own fucking franchise.
What?
That is weird.
A desperate race. Oh no, not another one of these.
Like, I'm not the only one thinking that. That's fucking weird.
Murray, what are you doing down there?
Well, I'm minding my post when I notice this snow cone stand, and I think to myself, hey Murray,
Yeah,
you
what
gotta
been
keep
got in
your
my eye.
energy up. So I hurry over here, and then all of a sudden,
Murray, at a minute I am going to have to say you get what you fucking deserve considering how many times you put me in this mess.
track for a key.
You could use the key. Think you could take him?
Yeah.
Come on, Slider,
I mean-
monkeys. How can
I mean,
Right, remember.
I'm expecting, like, any day, like, if we ever get another game, it just, for the interesting to go, Maury, where are you? I can't find you anywhere. Sorry, Sly, I fell over and somehow I arrived in the Vietnam War.
Do you know... Oh god, yeah, yeah.
What'll be weird? What'll be weird is it'll be the it'll just be the Saving Private Ryan Conker's Bad Fur Day level or something like that.
What? I'm trying to think of another films that have had weird sequels. Yeah, no, I've not got many because most of the time the films were already weird to begin with, or they didn't get a sequel. So I've known some weird drafts for.
So Return to Oz comes to mind.
Yeah, that was there was some bizarre decisions, but it wasn't as if some of that stuff wasn't in the books. But no, I'll tell you something that did just come to my mind. I'm trying to remember now because I had a thought in my head and then I lost it when we got on to Return to Oz. Because I must have seen a couple of them and been baffled by it in my career.
Alright, just films you were baffled by then with how weird they were.
I think I'd have to go with for how bad it was, Grimsby. That film's been appalling.
Grimsby.
Mark Strong plays a secret agent who has to reconnect with his older brother, played by Sacha Baron Cohen. Who's
I think I remember that one. Yeah.
it's the one that had going in an elephant's vagina.
More specifically, I remember seeing not trailers for that. What the fuck? That is weird. Oh, actually, here's a really weird film. Did you know Ace Ventura had a sequel?
I was aware it did have one, yes.
Based on, I think, Ace Ventura's kid.
So, yeah, they did the Son of the Mask thing all over again.
Yeah. And I haven't seen it, but I saw Elvis the Alien's video on it. Jesus Christ, that film was fucking weird.
It's one of those, like, there's a bunch of shows that got animated series that you'd never think they'd get animated series. And there was, so one I remember...
Don't Mess with the Zohan with Adam Sandler? Oh, that one! That one, oh, that's hilarious! Isn't that the one with, I think, this really buff, really tough army guy who wants to become a hairdresser? Yeah, yeah, that one. That one was hilarious. It was fucking weird, but it was really funny.
it's weird because Adam Sandler's films basically became product placements and excuses to go on holiday
Pretty much,
for
yeah.
ages. Like even Jack and Jill kind of got on this. They got a Royal Caribbean product placement in there.
Yeah.
And,
oh, good God, they got Pepto-Bismol.
I think one of the
They got Pepto-Bismol, Dunkin' Donuts. They got so many product placements in that film.
I think the worst one, though, in my opinion, is for like how much of an excuse it was just to go on holiday. Just go with it.
I was thinking you were gonna say 50 First Dates.
That one's no. I like 50 First Dates.
I remember seeing a video by Alpharad who just randomly made a video on it, and him basically saying that in any other context that will be a horror movie.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Power Rangers reboot got Krispy Kreme. Yeah, they did.
I can think of a couple of other ones. The Man of Steel is terrible for the product placement in the action scene, the middle of it.
8 Crazy Nights is terrible for the product placement.
Hey, Crazy Nights was terrible for it.
Oh, actually, another one that was really terrible, Madam Web.
Yeah, that one had.
Because the enemy was beaten by a fucking Coke sign.
I think my. I kind of like it when they make a
No
joke.
offense, Madam Web is a terrible movie altogether.
Yeah, I kind of like it when they make a terrible joke or at least some sort of joke out of product placement. So, one I can think
Like
of.
Wayne's World is a classic example.
Wayne's World is a.
Oh, Pepsi sign. Yeah, sorry. I haven't seen the film in all fairness. I just know that. Most of my knowledge on Madam Web is from the pitch meetings episode.
Inspector Gadget had a good one, where one of the guys was knocked over by a sign for Yahoo.com. Remember that? And
Rest in peace.
and they had the song like Yahoo. So I thought that's where I quite like when they do that sort of thing with it. Oh, but then again, that thing can also go down the wrong way, like the Cat in the Hat one, where he turns to the camera and goes cha-ching.
Yeah. They turn Ezekiel Sims from a neutral character into a villain randomly. Which film was that?
Yeah, you need to go back on that one because I'm wondering if that was Inspector Gadget. It's still Claw is the villain.
Oh wait, is that Madam Web?
Yes.
Yeah, Madam Web.
Yeah, no, Ezekiel Sims is a very interesting character in the comics. He kind of ties into the whole Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah, Madam Web.
But
I think, let's be honest, for being entirely honest, Sony's Spider-Man universe was doomed to fail from the beginning. Yeah.
So one of the problems I have with
it was just doomed to fail from the beginning because literally all they were doing was setup.
but that's the other thing about it. These characters are interesting. The possible exception of Venom because of the way they've done in the comics, but all these characters are interesting because they're in a Spider-Man story. They're not interesting by themselves.
No, here's why this is something I think a lot of the other cinematic universes failed to do, which Marvel, Sony made Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man. Yeah, like that's something that I think, for all I share about the MCU, the thing I like the most, I do give them credit, is their film, is at the very beginning at least, their films never felt like setup. They were setups for the rest of the series, but they felt like solid movies in their own right. Like you do not see the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie and think, oh, that's just set up for Infinity War.
Even though it technically kind of is.
Technically kind of is, yeah. But it's still a great movie in its own right. You can just watch that and be satisfied enough. Meanwhile, with the others, a YouTuber, Austin McCall, I think his name is, said they are essentially just filler episodes. They were just filler episodes trying to set up a Spider-Man, trying to set up a character
We don't necessarily know we're going to use.
Andrew Garfield wasn't doing much, just bringing back and make him a Spider-Man for that universe tie together. Yeah, like
He's fine as Spider-Man. I mean,
I actually like him as Spider-Man. Like, yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man movies were very iffy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Those are iffy movies, but they at least have a good actor.
But Garfield is still a great actor. There's still a great actor joining them.
Yeah, like he's been in some. If you've seen some of his more dramatic performances, he's actually pretty good in those as well.
Yeah.
Did you ever see him in the film The Social Network?
No, I haven't.
He's quite good in that because he plays one of the founders of Facebook, the one that kind of got Zuckerberg kind of screwed and they went to court over it.
If they ever decide to make a social network too, the entire film would just take place in a courthouse. And it wouldn't be just based around one trial, it would be several.
Well, there's actually two trials in, two trials that went to settlement before they ever got to a court was the social network's backdrop.
Oh, he was great as Spider-Man. I know KSP Parker. Yeah, that's kind of my thought of Robert Pattinson in the Batman, honestly. He's a great Batman and alright Bruce Wayne. Yeah,
that's the thing though, he hasn't. I said when I made the review, he's not had time in this film to be Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, like when you compare, if you ask me who the best Bruce Wayne was, Christian Bale.
I'm gonna disagree. I think the best Bruce Wayne was Michael Keaton.
Oh, because I mean, with Christian Bale, you can really tell. I think he was really trying to hide his persona by being the complete opposite of what you would expect Batman to be.
Yeah.
And you can tell he was putting on the front to ensure it. Clearly,
Val Kilmer. The thing about you really echoed a lot of what Mitch Benn said in his video, which is essentially we know that Bruce Wayne has the resources to be Batman, but Bruce Wayne would never be Batman. Bruce Wayne's an asshole.
Yeah, that's kind of. Yeah,
but that's also where they went a bit wrong because Bruce Wayne's also supposed to be a massive.
Tried too hard in this one, in my opinion. It shows rewatches. It's fair.
It's also the fact they didn't get down the fact that. Bruce Wayne's a massive philanthropist. Like, that's the thing. He's constantly doing charitable works for Gotham.
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing they don't really nail with the Christian Bale version. I mean, they don't nail it with Michael Keaton, but Michael Keaton, I think
it's probably just because they don't give us enough time with them.
Yeah.
As those roles, the main thing is focusing on them as Batman rather than them as Bruce Wayne.
Yep.
Which I think with the Christian Bale films kind of fail at a little bit because Christian Bale's an okay Batman.
Yeah, he's fine as Batman, but I wouldn't say he's the best one.
When it comes to who the best Batman is, I'd say Robert Pattinson from the ones I've seen. Mind you, I haven't seen the 80s Batman movie.
I wasn't too keen on Anne Hathaway as Catwoman, and Tom Hardy wasn't great as whitewashed Bane. Again, they...
that's...
Do you know what's funny?
Again, that's fair. In all fairness, those are Dark Knight Rises, and I don't think many people really talk about those ones.
Oh, fuck's sake, I am...
Like, when I think of the Dark Knight movies, my thoughts always go to Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. I don't really think about Dark Knight Rises.
Which is weird, because my favourite out of those is Batman Begins.
In all fairness, I think with Dark Knight, most people love that film because of Heath Ledger.
Yeah, that's the thing. Heath Ledger steals too much of that movie.
Yeah.
Whereas... I think they nail the Batman origin story with Batman Begins. The funny thing is, though, you often get a sense with.
I mean, Christian Bale is the only it's probably the only person to have killed Liam Neeson.
Also, that's the thing I don't like about Batman Begins. The whole "I'm not going to kill you, but I won't save you, but I don't have to save you." That's the same thing, asshole.
I think it's kind of a cool line.
But
it could have been worse. It could have been Zack Snyder Batman.
Oh yeah, shit me.
I save people, now watch me shoot them with guns.
That's the thing. Ben Affleck could have...
with an Irish Roush. Oh, cool, yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing, they get the name wrong, it's Ra's al Ghul.
And that's where, and that's also the film where I learned that who Ra's al Ghul is.
Yeah, he was not that popular of a villain before that.
Yeah. I mean, you can say that with a number of Batman villains. Like, how many people have heard of Children of the Owls, I think, before...
Court of Owls.
Court of Owls before the Telltale game.
I would disagree. They were very popular in the comics.
Really?
They were one of the few modern comic success stories.
Because usually when I think of Batman villains, it's always the Joker, Harley Quinn, Scarecrow, Bane. No,
as soon as that Court of Owls storyline came out, everyone was like, when can we get the Court of Owls into a film or something?
Oh, damn.
They were really popular from the... I was there. That comic was huge at the time.
Again, I am general audience when it comes to Batman.
Well, it also because it led into a Batman crossover event called Night of the Owls. What they did very cleverly was they actually drive you into Batman's madness by they do a panel in the comic where you have to turn the comic sideways and upside down to read it as Batman is slowly being stuck in this maze.
Huh.
There's
Didn't they